Hello, 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 my wonderful friends. This is Lorelei Fenton, your roving Ancient Awakenings reporter. Hello. And I'm also a transformational personal growth coach, which means I help people get deep and profound shifts in their lives via the speedy route. Last week was a really wonderful channeling, and I wanted to talk about that because on June 10th, we had Commander Ashtar come through and speak with us. And he said that going within is the most important thing. And there is no one higher or lower than anyone else. And we're all in this together, which is pretty cool to hear coming from the commander of the Galactic Fleet. That's pretty cool, huh? He talked about the importance of staying in the now and not looking back at the past or staring into the future, but looking moment by moment for what each moment brings. Check this one out too. You remember the analogy we've heard of the dominoes falling when we reach a certain vibration, if you will, or frequency? And we've heard that this is going to start all of the dominoes falling. Well, it turns out we have a big domino about to fall. Yes, woo! Now, we weren't told what that domino is, or when, or how, but we were told we will know it when we see it. And that's if we've actually been acclimating to these energies, awakening and becoming more aware. So basically, if we want to know things and be aware of these changes, we have to be doing that inner work. So it always comes back to that, doesn't it, right, when you look? We have prepared, Ashtar said, for this many, many lifetimes, and we're told for many lifetimes previous to this planet. So we know how to craft systems because we've done it somewhere else. But it doesn't always feel like that, does it? And we're sitting here, we're saying, well, why the heck did I do this? Why? So Ashtar tells us we're about to find out why we did do this. And things are going to unfold dramatically in the next few days and weeks and months. All right then, so let's go. So now is the time, we're told, to reach deep into ourselves, let go of the past, and pull out the love and those deep set memories that we have within. So they, by the way, Ashtar and all the rest of the fleet are in the ships waiting for the signals. And they have moved through many phases, he says, and they are in the end phases, closer and closer to being with us. Yes. So now, to see them, it was suggested that we close our eyes and look with our third eye. Then we open our eyes and see with the third eye through the physical eye. That sounds kind of interesting, huh? I'm trying to give that a try myself. Now, we are advised to use our imaging and imagination ability to see what was there, what was not there before, and is there now. And others may not see this, by the way. We now, we're told, by the way, have the eyes to see and ears to hear when we allow it in at any given moment. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? I feel so special. How about you? Of course, we've been told before that many of us will be giving these same skills to the rest of the planet later on. So we really are all special, right? Everyone's special. And Ashtar then left us with his peace and his love, and he advised us to be the light and to share the light and to share the love that we all are. So cool, right? So then came our wonderful one who serves, who, if you don't know it, is actually a group or conglomerate, if you will, of ascended masters who all prefer to remain anonymous. So we did find out at the last advance which one of them, who one of them was for the first time at that last advance. And I'm going to say this, these guys are not shirkers. They've actually been around the block with leading and empowering humanity. So these are really amazing individuals. So one who serves spoke of how the next advance is going to be very exciting, and the event will be driven by what is actually happening here on Earth between now and then. And we're told to be ready for the unexpected at the advance. And even James doesn't know what to expect. So I'm really excited. How about you? Woo! So then we had the questions, and someone wanted to know, how can we all get the event happening all at once when the sun is only shining on half the planet? So how can we all experience that event all at once when that sun is only shining on half the planet? And what happens, we're told, and what happens, the person asked, if we're asleep? So we were told that this is not a sun shining event. It's an energetic event. It's a sort of a solar flash that will happen over the whole planet at once. But we might feel it as instantaneous, or we might feel it as drawn out. There again, we have that individual experiences where exactly what we feel or get in the moment depends on each one of us. So some of us, we're told, will move instantly into the higher vibrations, and others will take hours or days, who knows. And there will be lots of mini events to precede this larger event. So if we're sleeping, we may literally be catapulted into the next dimension and even have an out-of-body experience. How cool is that? So here's another interesting thing. Have you been in survival mode, spending all of your time on that and feeling like you're really unable to put the energy you need to into raising your vibration? Are you saying, why can't I just have harmony and abundance in my life? Why? Why? So one who serves says that harmony and abundance come from within. So if we think we don't have harmony or abundance, guess what we're going to have? No harmony, no abundance. So we are what we think we are. We have what we think we have. Now karma has been dissolved for us in this soul group. So we've been told that many, many times in the past that we're no longer acting out our karma. Not of our own, not because we have to. It's only maybe by choice or because we haven't figured out another way. So if we suffer now, it's because of the programming we still have, and we have not yet gotten rid of it. So it's now time to let it go and move on. So sure, we say, that's easy for you to say, right? Just let go, right? Sure. Just let go. It's simple. But one who serves says it's not easy for us, even though it is simple, because doctors, for instance, tell us we're sick or we have cancer, and the mind takes that and builds something. And we look at that thing called a checking account, and we see the numbers there, and the mind takes that and builds something. So we now have to use the mind as the builder it is to build something else. And there are affirmations out there, we're told, that speak of health and abundance. We all know of them, many of us. There are people that speak the positive. Nature makes us feel good, and being around nature and water is highly, highly, highly beneficial. By the way, that's one of my free and easy tools to feel good on a dime that I give out to people. I might suggest, by the way, that you go out in nature next to a babbling brook when you're upset. Then feel that upset kind of just fall away from you. That, by the way, I'm told from my higher self, is the earth life force and the love that comprises this planet. Isn't that amazing? It's the love of magnificent Lady Gaia flowing through us. That just moves me so much. But I do digress, okay? And back to one who serves. He says that they can nudge us and guide us, but they can't do it for us. We have to look within, find the guidance there, what to do, when, how much, and so forth. So someone else said, I've been doing all that and doing what you say for a long time. How come I'm still in the same boat? And to this one who serves replied that he is not taking the guidance because he is still in the lack and still in the programming. And you can hear that in the speaking. And I'll throw this in, for instance. If we say we're in the same boat, we are still in the same boat. We need to say something different. We need to say how miraculous life is, how much abundance we do have. Whatever we can say with honesty, like the abundance. Abundance doesn't just have to be money, right? It can be just the abundance of this earth. So to get something different, we need to say something different. And if we can't see or do that, that's when we look within to find some tools. And one who serves said, we may say, well, that's easy for you to say over there in another dimension, but our guides, they tell us that they have actually walked the walk here, and they've done their time. And I'll add that if you knew who one of them was, you might now think that your troubles were not even worth mentioning in comparison to that. So that's what I'm adding in. And of course, all of us can only see life, our own lives, from where we sit. We can't see it from somebody else's place. So the way we accomplish this shift of thinking, we are told by one who serves, is to see and find the oneness within. We have to be the one, as Neo did in the Matrix, and move ahead. And we are all the one, so it is a oneness. And it's about realizing who we are, and then going with the flow and letting it be. We have to stop the worrying. We have to stop giving up being concerned about anything, because that will keep us in the programming and in the loop, cycling back to the programming forever. And then Shoshana jumped in to say, by the way, that we are the programmer and the program. So in the worry loop, we're actually programming ourselves. That's really profound, isn't it? So we have to speak about what we desire and program that into our minds. We have to do that if we want to get out of this program. We don't have to do anything but to get out of the programming. That's the access. And I'll also add for my higher self that speaking of it as if we have it, instead of we will have it or we want it, speaking of something that we do want as if we have it is even more powerful. So speaking of the higher self, one of our callers was given a healing process in a dream and told by his higher self to go and start using that right away. And it was affirmed for him to trust his guidance on that. Trusting that inner guidance is the authority. It's something many of us can work on, I think. Really trusting that our inner guidance is the only authority. And one who serves was then asked, what are the concrete tools to really activate that Christ consciousness within? And he said that there are many, many tools, and it's all very individual, which is why we go within. He mentioned going out in nature as one, using crystals, spreading the light, spreading the love, talking to a dragonfly, if that's what the inner guidance is. He said to do what is coming to you, because that is real. And we're now moving into reality, not out of it. We're moving out of the illusion and into what is actually real. Now we need to keep open that third eye and allow the light and the remembrances. And I'll add that you can research online some ways to cleanse fluoride and bromine from the body. Those two poisons, if you will, attach to the pineal gland and block the third eye. I'm doing that cleansing right now, and it really does help. So that's one strategy you might check with your higher self on and see if that's something you should do. One who serves then said that affirmations won't help us much if we just do them by rote and we don't get to the deeper understanding and belief in them. And I often tell people, myself, that if you spend 20 minutes a day on affirmations and the other waking, say, 15 hours and 40 minutes worrying, fretting, and imagining catastrophes, if we do the math on that, we'll understand why we're not getting the result we would expect. We have to actually begin to believe these affirmations we're doing. And that's the rub, right? So one who serves gave the example of the song Let It Be. He said that we should feel the words and let the words resonate and let that thought catapult us into the higher vibration. And Let It Be, he said, was not written for the 1970s when it was written. It was written for us now. That's pretty cool, huh? They wrote a song for us in the 1970s. Music and singing, by the way, is a way, or a tool, if you will, to lift our vibration. It puts us in the moment now, and we can let music take us to the next higher vibration and the next moment of letting it be. And pretty soon with music, we're going to be like, what worry? What concern? And then Shoshana chimed in to say that worry never happens in the moment. When we worry, we're in the future painting a fearful picture, or we're remembering a painful past. So if we actually are in the now, there is never a single solitary worry. Pretty cool, huh? And I'll also chime in to say that if we use music to raise our vibrations, it of course needs to be music of a high vibration. You know, head-banging music, disruptive beats, or offensive lyrics are not going to work too well for that. I love to sing myself, and I also write. So recently I did a blog writing, which I called Music. Will you calm or awaken the savage beast? So music can do either one, but can be very powerful, but you need to choose the right music. Okay, the point was then made that worry is actually a lack of faith. Because if we have faith, we won't worry. And faith, this is what Shoshana said, is actually believing in a positive future. That's pretty deep, huh? Faith is believing in a positive future. I then came in with a nudge, by the way, from my higher self to say that since everyone is asking for tools, I do know some of the most powerful ones on the planet for changing beliefs and getting rid of our programming. I don't mean just the processes I developed, but everything I have used and know of through my powerful, powerful journey in this life, plus a bunch of past lives. On a higher level, I actually went through all of those really not so nice past lives on purpose, so I could know the best tools for us now. So do reach out to me personally, via email, the email line, or however you can reach out if you want some tools. I also myself asked one who serves about chanting the Yada Allah chant, which comes out of me in kind of tones as a sort of a song. And I asked if that's how it was actually done in the times of Lemuria. And I was told yes, it was sung loud and free and strong, so that it would resonate over thousands of years into this time. That's pretty amazing, huh? And the same is true for the chakra chants as well. They open our chakras and also resonate us back through time. Which is pretty cool, huh? One who serves then ended by saying there are many, many ways that they can say things and guide us, on the other side. But it all really boils down to one thing. Be in the now. Be in the moment. Be in the joy of life. Be in the joy of the moment. Do not look for moments of joy, but rather find the joy in each moment. And after that, I should say, he shantied us and peaced us and was on his merry way. So this was a really in-depth, comprehensive channeling. I hope you got a lot out of it as I did. You can read the full channeling or rather listen to it on the website. I love you and bless you and send you fun, play, ease, abundance, and luscious, delicious joy. Have a beautiful day.